folks, children of the screen, your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here once again. And for anyone who's been watching the channel for a while, you might have noticed that I'm a bit of a fan of The Crow. You know, I've done a couple of videos on it. So, as a fan of The Crow, specifically the original comic book, and a big toy collector, it's always kind of been an issue for me that while there are plenty of action figures from the movie The Crow, which I am also a big fan of, and I have a few of, there are no action figures of the comic book version of James O'Barr's The Crow. So whenever I originally started doing my customizing, that was one of the first things I went to remedy. So today we're going to be taking a little bit of a look at my Crow custom action figure, as well as taking a look at what went into making it and why I chose the pieces that I chose and all that kind of good stuff. But before we get to that real fast, I just want to send a shout out and a big thank you to the band Zorbaj, who is providing our soundtrack for today, and also they recently saved our dimension from the Grand Overlord Olgamoth Nika 7-3JL3. Sorry, I barely speak English, let alone, extra dimensional languages, so just thank you, Zorbaj, for saving us all. We greatly appreciate it, and you wrote a tasty jam. So without any further ado, we're going to take a look at my custom James O'Barr's The Crow action figure. So in the making of this figure, the parts that I utilized were a head from the Marvel Legends Multiple Man from the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave, the completely unmasked head. Then I also used the base body is from the Marvel Legends Shadowland Daredevil, and then specifically the hair on this figure I took off of the Marvel Legends Silver Sable from the Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. Now this was one of my earlier customs, and even now I'm still working on my sculpting, so specifically getting hair that would work was kind of an issue. And I did a little bit of resculpting on the hair on this piece, but it's one of the things that I'm still not 100% happy with, and when I redo this figure and do another version, I'm going to try to correct it. In general, this whole figure is kind of an amalgamation of different looks he had from the comics, extrapolated through the pieces I was able to get, and how easy it would be to make it, because again, this was an early custom for me. So essentially on this, all I did is by picking a black base body figure, and I didn't have to do any of the dremeling or sanding that you would normally have to do, except for on the neck area, and on the boots, which really could have been done a little bit better, but this was literally the first figure that I had ever done any dremeling on. Now the boots and the wraps around the arm, as well as the upper body, I repainted with Citadel Black Primer, while leaving the legs the color they were, because I knew I wanted them to kind of represent a leather pant material, and I was going to go for them with a gloss anyway, so keeping the factory paint really worked out for that, whereas for the upper body I wanted a little bit more of kind of a matte look. Then for the wrist wraps and the boots, I did the same on them with the Citadel Black Primer, but then basically hit them with a little bit of a blue wash, as well as hitting them with a more glossy finish in the end. And then for the upper body and some of the lower body, I went through with my Dremel and went ahead and did some battle damage as the Crow kind of. In the comics, he doesn't so much heal as much as he's just kind of a walking corpse. But what I'm very proud about on this figure is the face, because I wanted to make sure and get the broken nose scar and the pale eye from the original book. And while the makeup on this is a little bit too big, because again, my painting was very rudimentary and I didn't quite have the steady hands to do them as small as they should be, I'm very happy that I was able to get that broken nose look using basically a wash on a X-Acto knife and cutting it in dot by dot, almost as if tattooing it across there. And then whenever I painted over it, the layers helped create the separation that I needed to really sell it. So yeah, and then basically I just used a Mod Podge sealant, a little bit of glossy, a little bit of unglossy on it. And that's really all this took. It was very easy to make, and I'm very, very happy with it. It's very effective. It looks really cool. However, I am really ready, especially now that we're all on quarantine, to dive back in and do another pass on this one. I've got more pieces, but with this one I'm actually going to try to sculpt a little bit more of the awesome 1980s hair from the graphic novel. Right on, children of the screen, so that is a look at my custom The Crow graphic novel, comic book, action figure. What did you guys think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, let me know, why do you think it is that no company has ever produced one of the mini comic book versions of The Crow in action figure form? It's really weird, especially McFarlane Toys. They actually had the Crow comic license for a while. You would have thought that they would have put that out at the time, you know? But anyway, there's a huge market for it. Even people who love the movie would still probably buy that figure. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below why you think that hasn't happened for us. And once again, guys, I want to send a big thanks out to Zorboj. They're the saviors of our dimension and provided just some awesome music on this video and a couple of other upcoming ones. So, thanks to them, and thank you guys very much for watching. I hope y'all have a good one. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay safe in this crazy frickin' time that we're going through right now. Everyone, be safe. Have a good one. Nerd Scum. Out. Caw, bang, fuck, I'm dead. I know that's from the movie, not the book. I just love that part. Michael Wincott's a treasure.